Good morning, Palm Ridge. I'm Shepard Sabi.
And I'm Mary Chadden. Thanks for tuning into our show.
The theme of this year's homecoming dance is Alice in Wonderland. If you're bringing a guest who doesn't attend Palm Ridge to homecoming, make sure you have them registered by October 7th.
Speaking of homecoming, the homecoming football game against Denver North is on October 14th. Make sure to mark your calendars now.
Speaking of sports, Michael got an inside look at another kind of football.
Even though soccer isn't the most talked about sport in America, our Palm Ridge men's soccer team have given people something to talk about this year.
Boasting an impressive 6-2 record at the time of recording, the soccer team is looking to continue their momentum as they make a push for a top spot in the 4A playoff bracket.
It's just about the brotherhood, being out here every day with people that you love, and it's the championship culture, and it's just great.
If you want to know more information about dates and times of the games, you can listen to the announcements, or check out the school website for the complete schedule. From Ridgeline, this is Michael Rogers.
Thanks, Michael. For those of you that haven't yet, there are 2 soccer games tomorrow at Don Breeze, starting at 4:30. All are welcome.
Our school prides itself with our foreign language classes. Sterling here got a closer look at our school's French culture.
Despite English being one of the most spoken languages in the world, it's also very important to learn about many other different languages and also many different cultures that we've probably never even heard about. One of those cultures is French.
French is widely known for being a beautiful language, with Mrs. Sincola teaching the class.
Students should take French because it's a very good experience, you know. Out of all the languages you could take in this school, teacher, is very friendly and she really gets you into the work and doesn't let you just sit around, lets you play card games to practice double-digit numbers and do sentence questionnaires and all that. So it's a really good class that I think everybody should experience at least once.
Despite learning the language and the culture of France, the students get to participate in fun games and fun activities. For more Ridgeline, this is Sterling Baston.
Thanks, Sterling. It's great to see so many different foreign language classes.
Last week, PR speaker Dr. Mike Arnheim over from the UK to talk about the United States Constitution. Gabe was able to go watch the presentation.
The 2016 election has been interesting to say the least. Recently, Dr. Michael Arnheim, an internationally recognized scholar and author, stopped by Palm Ridge to address key issues and topics with the upcoming election and U.S. Constitution.
Dr. Arnheim talked about the two-party system, famous legal cases that affected the U.S. as a whole, and many various political and economic issues. He also addressed the issues that affect us as high school students.
Well, I think high school students are probably the most important people to talk to because they're going to be the next generation, deciding the fate of the nation. Some are already.
He has written multiple books, including the U.S. Constitution for Dummies and the Handbook to Human Rights Law. Dr. Arnheim also spoke at the Chapel Hills Mall on the 29th and had a book signing event in Denver. For Ridgeline, I'm Gabe Jensen.
Thanks, Gabe. Even now, the Constitution and the founding of the United States is relevant and interesting.
Even though we lost the football game against LP not too long ago, there was a ride to lift our spirits. Here's Shepard with the full report.
Every Friday night, after the PR and LP football games, students from both schools go to the YMCA for Y Night. Every Friday, the group RAD, or Real Alternatives to Drugs and Drinking, hosts a fifth quarter at the YMCA to help provide safe substitutes to parties after football games. Everyone is welcome to come, have some food, play volleyball, soccer, ping pong, or just hang out and have a good time.
The first time I went, it was the movie night, and it was playing Guardians of the Galaxy. And I went with a bunch of my friends, and it was just a fun time, and we enjoyed it.
In addition, every Friday morning before school, RAD has a meeting in Miss Justice's room to go over the scheduled activities at Y Night later that day. Though varsity's football game is away this week, Y Night will still be going on, and all PR and LP students are welcome to attend. For Ridgeline, this is Shepard Sabi.
Thanks, Shepard. Even though we lost, there's nothing better than having a good time at a party.
Before the first home football game, the annual freshman tailgate started the football season off with food and fun.
The PR football games are always very exciting, but it's good to get something to eat before the match. Thanks to the cross-country team, students got to do just that. Not too long ago, the cross-country team hosted the annual tailgate barbecue. This was the third annual tailgate before the LP PR football game as their yearly fundraiser. Adult volunteers cooked burgers and hot dogs, while Ridge Rage provided face paint.
Well, the event itself is very social, so there are kids here that are having a lot of fun, talking and eating and getting ready for the game. Yes, so it's promoting school spirit, and hopefully kids are getting to know each other better and meeting new friends.
This was a great opportunity for eating and hanging with friends before the game began. While students got to socialize, they also got ready to show school spirit for the football game. For Ridgeline, this is Mary Chadden.
Thanks, Mary. Tailgates are always a blast, and this was no exception.
Before we end our show, here's Brinkley with our weekly weather report.
Good morning, Palmer Ridge. I'm Brinkley Gary, your local weatherwoman, and here's your weather for this week. Earlier this week, the map of our nation showed us that the West Coast was getting pounded with rain, and that there's multiple low pressure zones up near Washington and Oregon. Throughout the week, it may move towards Colorado, and we may even get some rain. Let's go to the 5-day and check out this week's forecast. Monday will be a high of 76 and a low of 40. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday will be up in the mid-60s, and Friday will leave us with a high of 66. Well, Palmer Ridge, that's all I have for you. Whether you like it or not, that's this week's forecast. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Brinkley. Thank goodness we still have some warm weather before fall sets in.
That's our show. Tune in next time with more news on the Ridge.
And zoom out to the Palmer Ridge logo.